is Bhante Sumitta. Bhante Sumitta is a PhD in Buddhist studies, a founder of Dhamma USA. And Bhante, Bhante is going to kind of take the topic of how to be a good lay Buddhist disciple. So I wanted to welcome Bhante to this session today. And before we do that, I just wanted to kind of give a very brief introduction for Bhante. Bhante has been active in US for a lot of years now. Anybody who is doing any Dhamma activities, you would see Dhamma USA channel is there. There are two main activities that happen out of Dhamma USA. One is on Sundays, there are Dhamma sessions which are delivered by the monks, bhikkhu or bhikkhunis, and on Thursday, there is a session that is conducted by lay Buddhist scholars. Again, all these topics, all the topics that are conducted out of these sessions are Buddhism related. Bhante is a founder of Dhamma USA, a 501c non-profit organization, and Bhante has strong focus on Dhamma talks, discussions, meditation, and Pali language classes. Bhante actively engages with communities in California and other states and supporting educational projects for children in Sri Lanka. As a faculty, Right Mindfulness Training Academy, California. Bhante has been active in Buddhist Buddhist activities, delivered educational sessions, guidance to empower at-risk youth in Los Angeles, collaborated with local Buddhist temples to conduct Dhamma talks, and as far as services is concerned, Bhante has provided his services in California, New York, New Jersey, Las Vegas, Chicago, and Bhante's presence has been significant to impact on the Buddhist communities across these states. Bhante has been active globally as well. His journey have taken him to numerous countries, including India, Nepal, Singapore, Malaysia, Japan, South Korea, Taiwan, USA, and Italy. Um, and Bhante has been also active in peace walks. Uh, Commitment that Peace Walk is a profound commitment to promoting peace and harmony through transformative initiatives. And Besides, Bhante has done peace walks in Florida, and in Italy as well. So a lot of activities, a lot of things that Bhante carry forwards in Dhamma, in furthering the Dhamma in USA. So thank you, Bhante, for coming on today's session. And Bhante is gonna go through the topic of how to be a good lay disciple. So with that, I wanted to welcome Bhante. And on behalf of all the participants, I request you to please deliver today's discourse, Bhante. Bhante, you are on mute.
Can you hear me?
Yes, Bhante. Yes, Bhante. Please go ahead, Bhante.
Samantha Chakravalesu Atra Gachantu Devata Sadhangmang Munirajas Sunantu Sagga Mokkadang Dhamma Savana Kalo Ayang Bhadanta Dhamma Savana Kalo Ayang Bhadanta Dhamma Savana Kalo Ayang Bhadanta. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Mata pita disa pubba acharya dakkhina disa uttadara disa paccamita matta cha uttara dasa kamma kara hitta uddhang samana brahmanati. Good morning, dear Dhamma friends. First of all, my utmost respect to the perfectly enlightened Samma Sambuddha, the noble doctrine of the Buddha, and the noble Mahasangha, the disciples of the Buddha, and the noble Mahasangha, the disciples of the Buddha. So, today the topic is, can I share the screen?
Yes, Bhante. Yeah, we can see your screen now, Bhante.
Here. So today the topic is how to be a good lay Buddhist. So how to be a good lay Buddhist have been, this topic has been discussed in many suttas in different ways by the Buddha. And as lay disciples, and I also am very happy that you are working on. You want to study, you want to learn, you want to be associated with wonderful Kalyana Mitta friends, with the monks and also the other knowledgeable elders, educators, and practitioners, so that you can learn and practice. So one of the wonderful ways to be a good lay Buddhist is to listen to the Dhamma. And then when you listen to Dhamma, you can also improve your knowledge. You can practice in many different ways. And yeah, eventually you can clear out your doubts and go inch closer to the Nibbana. So it is said when you listen to the Dhamma talk, there are 5 benefits. Asutang sunati. You listen to things that you haven't listened before. Sutang pariyodapeti. You also, probably you have listened to some things before, and then you, is it not clear? Can you not hear? Okay.
We can hear you, Bhante.
Okay.
And it's all clear, Bhante. We can see your presentation as well. We are just on the first slide right now, though, but we can see it, Bhante.
Yeah. I haven't gone through the rest.
Yes,
So,
Bhante, please continue.
if you have listened to something before, and you will be able to consolidate, verify, you will further establish on your own knowledge. So that is very, very helpful to listen to Dhamma talks. Asutang sunate sutang pariyodapeti. Kankang vitarati. You can also clear the doubts. Chittamassa pasidati. And you will be very happy, very pleased to listen to Dhamma talk. The more you learn about the Dhamma, the more our mind becomes so much pleasant, so much happy, and so full of joy and rapture. So the mind becomes very, very happy. We overall become very happy when we listen to Dhamma talks, when we know more about the Dhamma. And the Ting Ujung Karoti, this is also very, very important to all of us. ditthing ujum karoti. Like in the Noble Eightfold Path, the first path is the samadhi, right view. So we can straighten, we can improve our right view. Like in the Samadhi Sutta, the 16 ways are there to improve your right view. And by listening to Dhamma talks, you can also improve your right view. So one day, when the Buddha it's a routine habit practiced by the Buddha to wake up early morning and go to deep jhana, which we call Mahakaruna Samapatti Samadhi. And then he could listen, he could scan, and he would see, whom should I rescue today? Whom should I help today? Every single day, this is part of the Buddha's regular lifestyle. So he could see someone, he could go there, help. That is exactly how he rescued many people like Angulimala, Sumitta, Sopaka, and so many people who have been rescued by the Buddha after having meditated early morning. And once he decide, okay, this is the one to be rescued today, and he or she has the potential to be more benefited by my interference. And then the Buddha would go there and help that person. One day he saw a young man who woke up in the morning. Every single day he wakes up in the morning and he would take shower with wet cloth and wet hair. He would go out to the sun and he would bow to the 6 directions. And it was the last will of his father when he was in his deathbed. The father said, my son, you should pay respect to the 6 directions every single day. And this son, he didn't know much about what really was the meaning behind his wonderful father's message. So, as a mark of respect to his father, he would go there early morning and he would do that. He would pay respect to the 6 directions. And then the Buddha came early morning and encountered this young man. He asked, what are you doing? He said, I am respecting my father's last will. I am paying respect. I am bowing to the 6 directions. And then the Buddha asked, do you know the true worship or true bowing respect to the 6 directions in the noble Vinaya or the noble people's lifestyle? And the young man, although he was not aware of many things, but one of the qualities that he had was he was flexible. He was ready to learn. He said, he was very humble and he said, I don't know. If you like to share, I'm very happy to hear. And then the Buddha said, okay, I can explain to you how in among the noble people, how they respect the 6 directions. And then the Buddha keep explaining to many wonderful teachings to the young man. Apart from the 6 directions, there are some other things that also that I explained by the Buddha here. Young man, by abandoning the 4 impure actions, a noble disciple refrains from harmful deeds rooted in 4 causes and avoid the 6 ways of squandering wealth. So these 14 harmful things are removed. So as lay people, how to be a good lay Buddhist, I think this would be a good platform for us to begin. The noble disciples, now with 6 directions protected, has entered upon a path for conquering both worlds, firmly grounded in this world and the next. At the dissolution of the body, after death, a good rebirth occurs in a heavenly world. So they explains these things to the young man in detail in this sutta called Sigaloada Sutta. Sigaloada Sutta is the 31st sutta in the Digha Nikaya, and Buddha's advice to the Sigala. Sigala is this young man's name. So what really happens in this sutta? He talks about how we should avoid, if you want to be a good lay Buddhist, one, harming, we have to abandon harming living beings. That is the first precept that we observe. As you, as lay Buddhists, you practice this. Taking what is not given for speech and pursuing loved ones of another. This the wise surely do not praise. Among the 5 precepts, except the last one, somehow it happens. There are many suttas that, most of the suttas actually, when they talk about the 5 precepts, all of them are included. This sutta focus on these 4 at the beginning, but later the other factor, the 5th sila, also is explained in different ways. So, panatipata veramani, not harming anyone, taking what is not given, adinna dana veramani, and false speech also has come in the 3rd here, but musavada veramani, and then pursuing the loved ones of another, that is the kamesu michachara veramani. So these are very important practices for lay people. And then the causes of harmful deeds, what happens? You have to make sure you have these qualities too. In Pali, it is also explained in the sutta, like chanda, dosa, bhaya, moha, yo dhammang nati vattati, nihiyati tassayaso, kala pakkeva chandima. I'll explain that later. And over here, desire, chanda. Dosa is dvesha or hatred. And delusion is moha. And bhaya is fear. These are the 4 things that people can have. All of us. Out of these, out of desire, out of hatred, out of delusion, and out of fear, we might do some harm to others. So we have to be careful not to be overwhelmed with these things, and not to be carried away by these emotions. And young man not going straight through desire, hatred, delusion, or fear, the noble disciple does not perform harmful deeds. So if we are careful about that, we can make sure that we can maintain our inner peace, and also we can be calm, and we can be peaceful, and we can be less harmful to other people. So the sutta has a beautiful simile here. Chanda, dosa, bhaya, moha, yo dhammang nati vattati. Desire, hatred, delusion, or fear, whoever transgresses the Dhamma by this, nihiyati tassayaso kala pakkeva chandima. He has a reputation that comes to ruin. So if you are overwhelmed with these transgressing Dhamma or conditions or emotions or attitudes or thoughts, then your reputation will go down. You have to be careful. Just like the moon in the waning fortnight, kala pakkeva chandima. In the waning fortnight, the moon slowly decays. Just like that, our reputation will go down. We have to be careful not to be overwhelmed, not to be carried away by desire, hatred, delusion, or fear. Then the other one, the opposite, that's chanda, dosa, bhaya, moha, yo dhammang ativattati. First one actually ativartati, this one nativartati. Then apurati tasya, so sukha pakkeva chandama, desire, hatred, delusion or fear, whoever transgresses not the Dhamma by these has a reputation that comes to fullness, like the moon in the waxing fortnight. So if you want to be a good lay Buddhist, this is a wonderful way. You should not be carried away by desire, by hatred, by delusion, and by fear. You should not harm anyone. You should be careful not to hurt anyone, not to harm anyone, not to discriminate anyone because of these things. Sometimes due to our these things, on the basis of our religion maybe, on the basis of our language maybe, on the basis of our culture maybe, and we might harm other people. So just be careful. What the Buddha said here even can be applied today without any anything less. And what 6 ways of squandering wealth are to be avoided? As lay disciples, it's important to be wealthy, happy in life, because you have family, you have to educate your kids, and you have to take care of your family. You also have to live peacefully, happily with good health. And then wealth is also important. And the Buddha never said no to that. You can be a good businessman, like Anathapindika was a good business. Visakha was a good, rich, wealthy lady. And they were also Sotapanna people. So they can also be good, do good in their life when they are wealthy. And when you are wealthy, you can help so many other people around the world who are in need of your help. Maybe your family members, maybe your community members, people in your country, and people in the world. They need our help. So those smart people, not everyone can be smart. So smart people should be good, wealthy people. And this squandering can also be avoided to make sure your wealth is protected. Young man, heedlessness caused by intoxication. Now you see, we didn't find this intoxication in the other section. Here we find it as the first one. Intoxication can deny your wealth. You can lose your wealth because of intoxication. Right now, it is not only drinks, but also drugs. I think it is more drugs today, especially young children have to be very careful. I saw some of the young children today. You have to be very careful from your friends, so-called friends in disguise, fake friends. They might tempt you to take drinks and drugs. And every one of us have to be very careful about this. Roaming the streets at inappropriate time. So inappropriate times, when people keep roaming around, and when they are away from their family, and many things can happen to us. It's not good. It's not a good habit. So when you are free and relaxed, maybe you should be with your family. And if you, of course, it doesn't mean like you cannot go for a picnic or something. You definitely can go with your good friends or with your family members, with your employees, co-workers. You definitely can go enjoy. It's perfectly all right. But look at this inappropriate time. Inappropriate time, maybe in the middle of the night, or like it can also deny your good health and your sound sleep, peaceful sleep. And then following day, you might not be able to go for work. And the following day, you might feel tired. So inappropriate times is mostly the midnight. Habitual partying. Yeah, like partying again, like habitual. I like this word, like partying should not be like all the time, every single weekend. And then you won't be able to actually have peaceful life as well. So make sure your wealth is protected. Once in a while, if it's very important, you definitely can go, it's okay, but make sure it's not habitual. And compulsive gambling, definitely big no to this, because that can also um, drain all your wealth if you are addicted to this. They have addictive nature. So we have to be very careful. Your hard-earned money, you have worked so hard to earn money, and easily you can spend if you become a victim of this compulsive gambling. Bad companionship, again, if you have bad friends, bad companions, they will make sure you will always be with them and spending your money, wealth all the time. So it's not a good way again. It will be like a hole in your vessel and in your bowl. So everything will be gone down hill. So we have to be careful about the bad companionships as well. Laziness. Laziness is explained in the sutta very beautifully later on. I don't want to go to so much detail. There are many things that we can discuss actually, but laziness, like people say, like we are hungry, we are, it is so cold now, it is so warm now, it is too early, it is too late, and I'm full, I'm so hungry, and all these things can be lame excuses. So to procrastinate things and not to be enthusiastic, how to how to protect your wealth. So you can win your life, you can achieve, you can accomplish your goals if you become lazy. So 6 ways of squandering wealth is a nice thing to learn, and more details in the sutta if you want to go through later on. And the Buddha said here, this is really important for every one of us, like how these fake friends can ruin our life. These are enemies disguised as friends. It is called in Pali, Mitta Patirupaka. So Mitta is friend, Patirupaka is just disguised as friends, fake friends. One, the taker, the talker, second, the flatterer, third, and the reckless companion. And these people can be very, very dangerous. They know how to take things away from you. They also know how to talk to you, and they can flatter you, and they will be very reckless, and they will also lead you to many wrong habits in your life. So it is said, Anya Dattuhara, when they come to your home, they will take something away all the time. And the talker, like if you ask for help, they will always try to find another excuse and to avoid that, skip this. So it is Anya Dattuhara and Anupya Vachi Parama, and then the Anupya Bhani, the flatterer. If you say something good or bad, they will always approve and they will not give you good feedback. Reckless companion, they will only associate with you when you do all the wrong things, and when they do all the wrong things, they will want you to be with them. So we have to be very careful. And now we have wonderful 4 good friends. Also, we need to know, like when these people are there, the friend who is all take, this is about the fake friends again. The friend who is all fake, all take, the friend of empty words, like Vachi Parama, the friend of full of flattery, and the reckless friend. These are the 4 friends that we have to be careful. All children and all elders, you have to be careful. There are people like this all the time, everywhere. And now these 4 are not friends, but enemies. The wise understand this and keep them at a distance. as they would be actually dangerous to our path. Now the good friends, good-hearted friends. So real good friends. These are helpers and friends who endures in good times and bad, the mentor and the compassionate friend. So these are upakaraka, and then samana sukha dukkha, and also attakai, and the anukampaka. So when you need help, they will always be there for you, and they will share their good and bad. They will also protect the secrets. They will not leak that to others to harm you. If you share something, sometimes it happens so that you share certain things in your life with your friends, and these good friends, they are very good counsels, and they will never leak these things to others so that the others can harm you. So they protect you all the time. They also mentor you, and whenever you need, they will lend you their ears, and they will listen to you compassionately, patiently, and they will give you good advice. And these compassionate friends, these anukampaka friends, are so wonderful. These are 4 different types of friends, and all these friends have different functions and qualities, and more details are there in the sutta. And I'm not going to detail all of them, but I think this will be a good beginning to you. So the friend who is a helper, friend through thick and thin, friend who gives good counsel, and compassionate friend. These 4 are friends in need. Indeed, we say like a friend in need is a friend indeed. So these are really, really wonderful friends. The wise understand this and attend on them carefully, like a mother, her own child. So you mother to her own child. So you have to see, understand, recognize. If you find some good friends somewhere in your life, do not lose them. Stay in touch with them. Even if they are far away from you, stay in touch with them. Make sure you don't lose contact. Today, we do have many different sources to be in touch with them. So it's very, very helpful for us to be in touch with our good friends. So the wise endowed with virtue shine forth like a burning fire, gathering wealth as bees do honey, and heaping it up like an ant hill. Once wealth is accumulated, family and household life may follow. You see how these good friends, when we have these things around, we can actually prosper in our life. Our household life, your household life, may be very happy and peaceful all the time. So by dividing, this is also very important for lay people, like the Buddha's advice, even how to manage your economy. One part should be enjoyed. So you have to divide your wealth into 2 or 4, and one part should be enjoyed, means you should use it for your daily expenses. And 2 parts should be invested in business. If you are doing a business, you can invest the 2 parts for the improvement of your business, for the growth of your business. And if you are not doing business, you might still need them for your day-to-day activities, like maybe some construction or some other thing, you need to use them. And the 4th, set aside. Do not spend everything that you earn. You have to make sure that 1/4 is secured and safe, maybe fixed deposited, so that the 4th set aside can be very helpful in your future future misfortunes, future need. There are many things that can happen to us. Suddenly, anything can happen to us. So we need some backup support. So this fourth set can be very helpful. Now, the Buddha goes to the six directions. I just give the brief summary of the sutta. I think it will be helpful. And again, Mata, Pita, Disapubba, the parents are actually the eastern direction. Rather than Buddha advises the young man, Sigala, rather than just bowing the eastern direction, you actually can I cannot screen share now.
Hey, I think you lost your screen sharing.
Yeah.
Can you reshare that, Bhante, please?
Okay, let me see. Okay.
Yes, Bhante, we can see it now. Continue, Bhante, please. Sorry, Bhante.
So rather than bowing to the direction, you can actually bow to your parents. You have your parents at home, and they are so wonderful. And your teachers are the southern direction. Husband and wife, this relationship is like the western direction. Friends and associates, and they can be the northern direction. And the below can be the employers and the employees. Zenith, Nadir and Zenith. So religious and spiritual institute, they can also be very helpful. Now when you see the entire society is beautifully crafted into these six directions by the Buddha. Very, very helpful. I think in order to be a good lay person, we need to make sure that we not only fight for our rights, but also we fulfill our duties. We also have some duties to fulfill. And a lot of people, they actually fight so hard for their rights, forgetting their own duties as to what we should do. So in this sutta, all these things, all these links are explained by the Buddha very, very wonderfully. Eastern direction, there are 5 duties by the children for their parents. You have to think like how they have been helpful to you in your life. And when they become old, when they become disabled, when they need your support, you have to do that. I will support them who supported me. I will do my duty to them. I will maintain the family lineage and tradition. I will be worthy of my inheritance. I will make donations on behalf of dead ancestors. I like the Pali, actually can be also very helpful. How when you take care of your parents, you have to take care of them with every single way you can. Sometimes maybe right now you are very well established in your life, you are doing well, you have a good job, you have good education, you have family, everything you have. Maybe your parents, maybe still living in a very humble, simple home, all alone, maybe far away from you, maybe. So you should not forget, even if you are having a very busy lifestyle, do not forget that your parents have done all the hard work for you. Beautiful and enormous sacrifice they have done towards you. So the children, young and old, everyone have to be always grateful and thankful to your parents. In Sri Lanka, actually, we have a beautiful Pali stanza to also bow to our parents. We used to do that. Even when I was a little kid, we always do that. We pay respect to our parents. I would like to actually recite that. I don't have the script right now. Maybe later, if you want, I can share. I would say, I would recite it for you. Dasamase urekatma ose si uddhikaranam ayudhigham vassa satang matupadam namamaham uddhikaro alingitva chumbitva piya puttakam Rajamadhyam supatitham pitupadam namamaham. So, out of respect to the parents, we recite these two stanzas to both mother and father, and we take care of them. It's very important to take care of the parent every time. They probably don't need too many things from you, but I think they would be very happy if you give some care for them, give some love to them, respect them, do not hurt them, do not yell at them, do not scream at them. And sometimes you might think like they are old-fashioned or whatever, but we should be very careful, because once in their life, they have done so much sacrifice for you. So it's very, very important to take care of the parents. The last one actually, Attachapana Petanam Kalakatanam Dakshinam Anupadesa means the Pali sentence. Like when they pass away, they expect you to do some meritorious activity, Dana Sila Bhavana, and transfer merit to them. And out of the 5, the first 4 duties are to be done when the parents are alive. Remember, like you have to do the best you can to take care of your parents when they are alive. When they are dead and gone, only thing what we can do is to do some merit, fulfill some religious activity and some charity. We can, of course, transfer merit, but more to be done when they are alive. This is important. And the parents also have very important duties towards the children. Parenting is a really important thing. So, Papa Nivaranti, for example, you have to restrain them from doing wrong things. Kalyane Nivesanti, you have to guide them towards good actions. And Sippang Sikkhapanti, you have to train them in a good profession. You have to educate them. Actually, when we say Sippa, I think we also have not only this feeding the brain all the time. I think it is more to do with the triple H, I would say, like the head, hand, and the heart. We need to have that beautiful balance between these 3 things. Your heart, your emotions, your compassion, your virtues, precepts, they are also important. Moral side of our life also, especially as humans, we need to have that. Not only so full of knowledge. Sometimes so full of knowledge can make us very robotic and also like sometimes away from humanity. Ego only sometimes. So we have to make the balance. The hand is, we also need to know a lot of things. Like when we were little, those days, we learned so many things from our parents. Not only from the school, but also from parents, from friends, from people around. We need to learn a lot of things. How to assemble things, how to do this and that. Apart from the school curriculum, there are many extracurricular things that we need to learn. So it's all part of the training. And parents actually have to lead them. And supporting the choice of a suitable spouse, when it comes right time, you also have to do that. And then in due time, handing over the inheritance also is important. So inheritance can be both material and spiritual. You have to inculcate, cultivate good things that you have learned from your forefathers. That will be very helpful. We need to give those things. We need to hand over these things to our next generation, especially if you are in America, if you were born in India, or in Asia, and now maybe you see such difference in two different countries. The culture is different, the system is different. We have to somehow manage, we have to balance, we can't complain. We have to also respect the children who are doing wonderful education today. They are so lucky to have such wonderful opportunities. But then again, with our very rich age-old spiritual tradition, we can also help these children grow better, balance in their life, so that they can feel happy, they can be better people in future. So the teachers is the Western direction. When you find teachers, you also have to respect them. Probably today, I think in the Western, probably they won't stand up when you see the teachers. And but regularly attending, eagerly desiring to learn, and duly serving them, like also being respectful to them and receiving instruction. Be humble when you do that, and be respectful for their wonderful knowledge sharing with you. Rising for them, for example, I think can be done in different ways. Like you have to be respectful to them while they are sharing a wonderful knowledge that they have learned by all the hard work and their lifetime. They are matured in their respective fields of knowledge. So it's so wonderful to have them. We have to be respectful to them. When we respect the teachers, and when we are grateful and thankful to our teachers, our knowledge also will be much more beneficial to us, and much more beneficial to other people as well. So teachers are very important, especially in the Eastern tradition. We have such great respect to the teachers. So in the West also, we should do it. We should be respectful to our teachers. And then the teachers also have a wonderful duty. They have to train in discipline, self-discipline. You know, it's not only giving the knowledge, but also many things that you can actually teach these people out of compassion. Ensuring the teachings are well grasped. You have to make sure. I heard the teacher today was following up with beautiful, compassionate words, and also appreciating the kids, whether they have followed up with the knowledge, with the story sharing. So instructing in every branch of knowledge. So whatever you know, you should not have that guru mushti with you. No close-fisted when it comes to the teachers. Like the Buddha would not hide anything behind. He would give everything that he knew. That's what we should do as teachers. We should not hide. Okay, you should not be jealous if the students are doing even better than you. We should be so happy. We should have that mudita with us, sympathetic joy with us. Introducing their friends and colleagues. Again, the teachers should also do that. Hey, this is my student. This is my wonderful student. This is my colleague, my professor, my teacher, my friend. And that way the teacher, student can have beautiful rapport with each other. And they will respect. They have a strong bond between each other. Sometimes the students may be full of stress during the exam time, for example. So the teacher should, pay attention to that, be compassionate, try to give some support. If you are a scholar, research scholar, maybe you are stressed with workload, you don't know where to go, somehow you lost, so the teacher can also help, give some helping hand. And moral boosting. some compassionate words. These are beautiful things that the teacher should learn, should, practice, providing safeguards in every direction. So it's not only physical again, it's more to do with the spiritual or mental safeguard as well. So one day in your life, when you look back into your life, you will remember those wonderful teachers. Not only one Guru Day, one Teacher's Day in the calendar year, but every single day, you will be so happy to remember your teachers. Teachers should be wonderful friends with the student. And they should be like friends, they should be like parents, they should be like elders. And that way the student-teacher rapport relationship can be so much better. And in the southern direction, the family, a lot of people are complaining with each other. Okay, as Buddhist monks, I hear many things about how they complain. Parents complain, the husband, wife complain, not respecting like before, not nice like before, many things. So we have to continue to remind these things. I think if you continue to read these things, that will be very helpful to you by honoring your husband or wife. And over here, not disrespecting and being faithful and sharing authority and by giving gifts. So these are the duties of the husband towards the wife. You have to respect your wife. You cannot disrespect her. You have to also be faithful to her. And sometimes in life, at the beginning, you become so nice and all the good looking and everything young, everything is there. But later, when you have children, especially women, they give birth to children, maybe their body shape can change due to their workload, or maybe some biological issues, or maybe genetic issues. Things can go wrong. Maybe you don't see the same person later, but you still have to be faithful. You have to be also sharing authority, because we say homemaker to the mother, because home is where we find peace, happiness, safety, love, and everyone would love to go back to their home. And the mother is the one who does that. That is why we call mother or wife as the homemaker. So we need to give authority to that. And then also from time to time, you need to give some gifts or little things to make them happy. I think how wonderful this psychological impact. If you, these things are still, I think, so much valid, even in today's modern day context. You can have a wonderful family relationship with each other when we are when we follow these wonderful teachings by the Buddha, and see how we should also work towards the husband, the wives, by being well organized. So you have to be organized more at your home. Maybe the husband works so hard. Maybe these things can be different today if both husband and wife work, but still there are things that we commonly share. And by being kindly disposed to the in-laws and household workers. So yeah, this again should not be underestimated, especially when it comes to the in-laws. Although you are married to one person, his or her in-laws are very, very important too. And in being faithful, looking after the household goods, and being skillful and diligent in all duties, we need to also make sure that you are working on these things, and that way your life can be much more fruitful and your family life can be really, really happy. So then northern directions about the friends, and then the um, lower direction about the employees, and you also have to take care of your employees and employers, and so these are very wonderful habits. And then the religious community, or I would say religious community, because they are like maybe monks or maybe Brahmins or whatever, then how you also should do some duties towards each other. Yeah, I think I have to go for another event. So sorry about that. I have to conclude today's session. This is the Sigalo, the Sutta. I do have some more suttas. Actually, one of the suttas I have given teaching on is Mahanama Sutta, a very, very wonderful sutta again, um, about the lay people, how to become lay people. But I think for now, this sutta, Sigalova, the sutta alone, can be very helpful to all of you. And hope this helps, and um, may you all be well, happy, healthy.
Sadhu, 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 Bhante. Thank you very much. Much gratitude, Bhante. Bhante, do you have a few minutes for question and answer?
Yeah, maybe a few minutes.
Okay, Bhante, yeah. So if you have any questions for Bhante on today's topic, please raise your hand. Bhante, while other are thinking about it, I just had one quick question, Bhante. So when we are trying to guide or teach to the parents, what are our duties? Are we supposed to just teach to the Dhamma? Anything specific you would wanted to advise there, Bhante?
Hello.
Yes, Bhante.
Okay, I'm sorry. I think there was a problem with the mic and I did not connect that side. Maybe it was not.
Yes, Bhante, I'll repeat my question, Bhante. So when we are trying to guide our parents,
Mm.
are we guiding them with respect to Dhamma learning, with respect to financial advice? Anything you wanted to suggest, Bhante?
Like you want to guide your parents?
Yes, Bhante, yeah.
Yes, I think you can guide them in many different ways if you want, if you are good, capable enough, but make sure um, that maybe they don't have the same education background like you do. So we need to know their psychology, their mentality, their background, and out of compassion and also out of respect. Remember, although they have not been graduated from the wonderful universities, probably probably they must have been much more um, advanced in their lifetime education. They have been graduated from the University of Life, so they are PhD holders already. We need to respect that. With whatever way, if you can help, remember to be nice and remember to be wise. I would say nice and wise. Nice in the sense you have to be compassionate to a friend. Wise in the sense you have to be smart and skillful in whatever you do to, help them in elevating maybe their life, if you can. That would be great. Like sometimes maybe your parents are from a different perspective, different background, but still you can do that. You, as a wonderful daughter or son, you can help guide your parents. Remember, loving kindness can be your religion. That should be the key to lead them in whatever way you say.
Sadhu, 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 Bhante. Any other questions we have for Bhante? Please raise your hand.
Sorry about this. I actually should have set up my mic before, and I didn't set up. I didn't see the message earlier as I was going through the PowerPoint.
Yeah. Okay, Bhante. Yeah. I do not see any questions in the chat, Bhante, right now. I do not see any raised hand either. So, with your permission, Bhante, we can conclude the session, Bhante.
Thank you,
If you
sir.
could just say some
Yeah,
Ashirwad Gatha or something for us, Bhante. Punyanumodan.
thanks everyone for joining us. Thank you also inviting me. Especially I would like to thank Dr. Sheetal Mesra for inviting me, and also the other people. I know some of you when I think when I was in Antique Cloud, New Jersey, I met some of you. So thank you everyone for inviting me. Thank you everyone for being patient, and hopefully this session was helpful to you, and looking forward to maybe sharing some Dhamma with you later on. May the Buddha Dhamma Sangha always bless you, help you, protect you, and guide you towards the right path. May all your near and dear ones, loved ones, everyone in your family, everyone in your community, everyone in your country, and everyone in the world be blessed by the noble education. May all of you be able to live your life peacefully, comfortably with God. May all of you, all your um, departed ones, and every sentient beings, including devas, brahmas, also be able to live their life peacefully, comfortably. May they also be safe and protected wherever they are. May the world be a peaceful place. May all the world leaders also be able to take the right decision. And may all of us and all of them, all sentient beings, eventually be able to attain the supreme bliss of nirvana, the absolute peace and at the end of our suffering. Thinking thus, please keep your palms together close to your heart and say 3 times. Sadhu, sadhu,
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Thank you
abhivadana,
very much.
pachayino, chattaru, dhamma, vadhanti, आयुर्नो सुखं बलं आयुरारोग्य संपत्ति सद्य संपत्ति में च अतो निब्बान संपत्ति मिनाते संभते.
Sadhu, 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 Bhante. Much gratitude for your Dhammadana today, Bhante. Thank you again for joining us today, Bhante. With that, we conclude our